Hey guys, my name's Mike Demaro. Want to welcome you to this episode of my life with Asperger's. I haven't done an episode in a while, and I'm sorry, but there's been things that have been going on that prevented me from doing episodes, even live episodes on Facebook. On Facebook Live, I'm gonna try doing one of these episodes and try and get it on YouTube and the Facebook page so that we can have an episode you guys can watch. Um, this episode I'm going to be talking about is social anxiety. Um, someone, I think someone on the autism spectrum, like myself, we do have problems with social anxiety and social situations and all that good stuff that comes with socializing. Um, I know for me, when I started classes or started a new job or something new is about to come for someone, that does create social anxiety problems because you don't know how they're going to be and you don't know how the environment's going to be, and that could be hard for someone that's on the autism spectrum. I have dealt with this when I started high school because I didn't really know anybody and I didn't really know how the classes were going to be, but it was also a new school, so you know. But then as the days got on, started meeting new people and talking with them and feeling okay with the classes I took, and as more and more and more years down the road, the 4 years, I pretty much was known across the high school. So it took me a while before I started getting going. And you know, here's the thing too. You know what was weird? I was a new kid in school, at high school, right? I ran for student council, you know, and I got a position on the student council. Um, there were only four of us that ran, and there were four positions. So I ended up being on student council during my high school years. So that was pretty cool. But understand this. When I went to high school, I didn't know I was diagnosed with autism back then, or Asperger's. And that is weird that, these problems happened before I was diagnosed. And I'm talking about it. And then in college, same thing happened to me too, because I didn't really know anybody. And problem is, with college, I didn't make that many friends, or I didn't really know that many people. Because the fact is, in college, I mostly commuted. You know, I I went from my parents' house to college every single day, and I really have I didn't really spend much time up at the college or colleges I went to, except for when I did my classes. Plus, I worked. I worked while I went to school, so that was another thing to put into consideration. I worked at Domino's Pizza while I went to Holyoke Community and Westfield State. We're gonna wait for this airplane to fly across before we continue here. Sorry, folks. But yeah, I didn't get a chance to meet that many people. I didn't get a chance to do that many after school activities. I didn't really know anybody at the college. What was weird though, when I wanted to start working at Disney, when I wanted to do the Disney College program, you know, and that was a huge step for me because not only did I had to pack and leave Massachusetts, but also I had to adjust to a new job. a new place to live, a new set of classes, new friends, new roommates. Well, I never had roommates before, but you know, you know, all that was brand new for me. And I had a little bit of social anxiety when that came to that. And then when I first started working, even at Domino's or even at Disney, I felt a little worried at first because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what to expect. But then as I knew the people, everything was okay. I go to some of these conferences and some of these RV shows now because, well, I love going to the conferences and I love going to the RV shows because I love camping, but at the same time, now when I go to these places, when I go to these shows and conferences and all that, yes, I might know a few people. Yes, I might know the businesses that they represent or whatever. However, there are still some businesses that I am afraid to step up and say hi to or talk about NAFCA with, or even my involvement with Autism Speaks or whatever. I do have a little bit of social anxiety in me because when I meet with, let's say I meet with my work vocational rehab counselor for the first time, that was difficult for me to meet with because I didn't know what to expect. My therapy appointment, my therapist, I don't know what to expect from my therapist or even my doctor's appointment. I was kind of scared when I first wanted to go to the doctor's office. I'm kind of scared about going to the dentist even. Social anxiety is a problem that has been with me throughout all of my life, and there's nothing I can do about it. I have an appointment with with a new psychiatrist next week, and I'm feeling social anxiety about that. So I don't know what to expect from this appointment. It's real hard for me to deal with that, and sometimes I don't know how to deal with it, and I try to deal with it the best I can. I just wish there was a simple way to meet with someone so that I can be there. Now, as some of you probably know, I'm trying to meet a new friend, and one of my other friends was telling me that this person might have social anxiety issues, and I completely understand this. Same thing happens to me too when I try to meet someone new. So I can understand I can relate to them, and I can understand how they feel, and I want to be there to help them. I want to make them feel comfortable. That's how things should be. If you meet a new person or a new friend or whatever, you need to feel comfortable, and you need to make the other person feel comfortable too. Like if you go to work, you need to feel comfortable, but yet you gotta do the job to their standards. But at the same time, the employer needs to make accommodations for you so that you make sure that you feel comfortable working there, or at school, or when you take a class at college. You need to make sure that the teacher or the professor, you gotta make sure they can accommodate you so that you can ease the mind into doing it. Hang on again. But, you need to make sure that happens. Because we all get this anxiety, and if we don't do well, then it's not going to work out. But you need to also listen to what they say too. If somebody has a social anxiety issue, work it out with them. Don't be like, be bossy. Don't say, this is going to happen, or this is going to happen, or this is going to happen, or this is going to happen this way. You know? Talk with them. Make sure it's okay. You know? Because if you don't, then, you know, there are going to be problems. And I don't want anybody to suffer from that. I have gone through a depression for the past couple of months because of this isolated incident that happened. And I'm trying to get it resolved, and the other person doesn't respond to me. Which I can understand that. If they have problems with social anxiety, you know, I'm willing to help them. Because I have social anxiety issues too. You know, here's the thing I want you guys to know. You know, I'm trying to meet this person, right? And obviously, you know, I have social anxiety issues too. It's like, I think I'm nervous too, because I don't know what's going to happen. This person might have social anxiety issues too, and they probably don't know what's going to happen. We both don't know what's going to happen. You know? It's just the way it is. It is the way things go in life. You know? So, that's why we need to try to talk things out. We need to try to reply to each other, you know? Don't ignore the person. Makes it worse. You know? So, you need to talk to people. You need, if you can, talk to the people beforehand, before meeting them, to see if it can happen. Don't be like, oh, let's schedule a meeting for this day and all this other stuff. Because, you know, if you talk to the person, it's going to work out. If you talk to the person, then you can figure out what's going to go on. You know? If there's a way you can talk to someone beforehand, by like either email or phone or text, do it. I suggest that. So that the social anxiety issue can be lowered. And you won't have that much stress in you or anxiety in you. You know? And it works both ways here. So, I mean, we can work on it. But we gotta listen to each other to make sure it does work. Because we know if it doesn't work, then it won't work. So, please make sure you try to talk with the other person. And if you can do it beforehand, that'd be great. You know? Oh. Excuse me. But anyways, thank you for watching this episode of My Life with Asperger's. I hope you learned something from this. And I hope to do another episode down the road. So, hopefully you guys will like it being back on YouTube, or trying to put it on YouTube. And hopefully you guys will like it on Facebook as well, on the at My Life with Asperger's Facebook page. So, alright, maybe I'll do another Facebook Live video about the My Life with Asperger's at some point. So, we'll have to wait and see on that, okay? I hope to talk to you guys all later.